Man, welcome to Higher Take. أنا كتير مبسوط عم بستضيفك
No,
إبراهيم.
man, thank you for having me.
You gave me lots of nightmares.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I love your content.
No, we actually, a couple of days ago, we met the TikTok CEO Global.
Any other insight from that meeting with him?
This is major news, by the way.
Sometimes you feel you're talking about things you shouldn't be talking about.
Yes.
The horror content
Man,
that you mentioned.
I say the word jinns anytime I film a story. I say the word jinns, I swear to God, I get goosebumps. Yeah, me too. I feel like they just came. They're here now. They're like, okay, what does he have to say now? You know? So I never go back to that story. Like Shams al-Ma'arif was only the tip of the iceberg. There's so many deeper things I can talk about. I know I will get hurt. Shit will happen to me. That's why people say, don't look at yourself in the mirror without wearing clothes. Don't look at yourself in the mirror for too long. Because they are in that mirrored world. Their world is mirrored.
Man, welcome to Higher Take. أنا كتير مبسوط عم بستضيفك
No,
إبراهيم.
man, thank you for having me.
أهلا وسهلا.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. يعني مثل ما قلت لك بالأول, you gave me lots of nightmares.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I love your content. وبعتقد شغلة كتير مهمة حنقدر hopefully to take out of this episode is how you became this great storyteller, right? Because it's one thing to انه تجيب الخبرية وتجيب الانفورمation, and it's another thing تعرف تقولها مظبوط.
Yeah, man. Awalan, thank you for having me here.
أهلا وسهلا.
A fellow podcaster to another. Storytelling, I started off pretty bad. Honestly, I was very bad in storytelling. And I go back to my very, very first videos of the storytelling, and I see the major difference of how it changes, by time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't consider myself a professional storyteller. I feel like I'm good for TikTok. That's enough for me. I'm not at the YouTube or Netflix level yet,
Yeah, but you started your podcast as well, which is...
Yeah. The podcast was something completely different, but it was a great journey, I believe, yeah.
But did you... يعني something كمان that's very important, I think, إنه واحد يبلش, like you said right now.
True.
You started. You were not great at it.
Yeah.
You were decent. You were good. You started off.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, did you cross 100 maybe TikToks about horror, right? Because you started with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. I remember seeing a very high number very recently.
Yeah. So the horror stories, I'm at 87 parts.
87.
Horror, there's horrifying facts. There's a series called True Horrifying Facts, 8 horrifying facts that you never knew about. Or 8 horrifying facts that will keep you up at night. So yeah, a total of all the horror type of series, whether they were the facts or the stories, they all add up to probably more than 100.
Enough.
Amazing. And I don't know, it wasn't my type of niche, but it just worked out, and I was like, why not? The viewers want more. The viewers get more.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get into the horror stories, but I want to understand how your content creation journey started, right? شو اللي خليك تبلش تعمل content? Is it did you just start with TikTok or any other platform?
I mean, it's like so lockdown, right? Everybody on lockdown heard of TikTok. Nobody before lockdown knew what TikTok was. Very minimal people. So I'm like, what is this TikTok? Everybody's telling me, download TikTok. I'm like, okay. I download TikTok, and man, FYP, one after the other, it's addictive.
Very.
I'm like, why? My profile is so empty. Like, there's nothing on there, not even a profile picture. Let's post something. I posted one video.
What was it about?
I posted a video of my car. I had a C63 back then.
Okay, nice.
And I just put some bass drop type of music, and I used those cringy effects. It's the first ever video. And it got 80,000 views. I'm like, whoa. Okay. The next day, it blew my mind. It was insane. I've never ever seen a K in any of my pages. So I post another car video, and then another car video, and then another car video. And then people ask me, Ebrahim, wait, what do you do? I'm like, Sometimes I trade stocks, stuff like that. Can you teach us? Then I post a video teaching people about stocks. And then, where do you live? In Dubai. Can you tell us more about Dubai? And then I start posting videos about Dubai. And then it just went from there. I just take requests from viewers and I أطبقهم.
حلو. بس what's interesting هو ال diversity of the niche, right? أنا
Yes.
حكيت عن دبي. حطيت you also added about cars, content about cars,
Cars,
then content
stocks.
about horrors, stocks.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you grew with this diversity, although there's a lot of feedback from content creators
Yes.
that stick to one niche. They tell
Yeah.
you stick to one niche. No, so what's your thoughts about that?
I agree and disagree with that, honestly. I look at pages that stick to one niche and there's no growth. I see them reach 1 million and that's it. I see creators jumping from one niche to the other and they also don't grow. So it really depends on the niche. You can expand, but use your niche. Like, for example, if you create comedy content, don't stick to the same type of skits. Change it up a little bit. Enhance your production quality. Bring people in with you. Collab with other comedy content creators. That's how you kind of you change a little bit in your content, But yeah, I did jump very, very big steps that I wasn't supposed to take. But it worked out.
You weren't supposed to take. You mean you weren't supposed to take them
From from cars to stocks to horror.
Yeah, too.
But it gradually came. It wasn't instant.
And you mentioned something. You said people ask you, what do you do also for a living? Like, Kevin, I'm interested. Is content creation your full time? Because there's many people that can't. Okay.
I don't make money from content creation at
but
all.
TikTok doesn't generate any. Nothing. They don't generate any.
No, we actually a couple of days ago we met the TikTok CEO Global.
Yeah.
Which is Mr. His name is Shu Z Chu. And he told us, we actually spoke about monetization and the creator fund program and all these other things. TikTok is not planning on paying its creators, not anytime soon. We heard this from the official TikTok CEO. And the creator fund program that's in the West, the one in America, UK, is going to stop. They don't pay creators anymore. And even if they do, it's very, very minimal. It's the same amount of money that what you will generate from YouTube Shorts, which is pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
You need like 20 million views to make $500.
Yeah.
تعبت على الفيديو اخرتها, you make nothing.
So the CEO of TikTok officially said
it's not us that will pay you, but we will help you monetize through companies. We will bring corporations that will pay you. Okay. We won't pay you. Corporations will pay you.
Beautiful insight.
Now, he didn't touch about the ad revenue because now, recently, if you notice, if you scroll through people's pages, an ad will pop in between.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So if this was YouTube, they would pay us for the ad that the viewer watched because he's on my page. But he never talked about the shared ad revenue. So it's a big question mark. We don't know where it's heading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other insight from that meeting with him?
Yes, there is an insight. I don't know if they didn't make me sign an NDA, I can tell you. He talked about a beta. It's something still under beta. It's an AI that TikTok is going to implement in 2025. This is major news, by the way.
Amazing.
So we were literally in a meeting room with only 30 people.
Wow.
And the TikTok CEO Global with Her Excellency Mona Al-Marri, they were both in that room.
Wow.
And the top TikTokers of the region.
Fantastic.
All of us were there. They selected people only. And so he spoke about that AI beta. That's still under beta. When you create shorts on TikTok, exactly like this, if this was a short, you speaking, you're speaking English right now.
Yeah.
Right? And TikTok will generate auto captions, right?
Right.
Okay. So the feature that's going to come out is a viewer can select the language he wants to see it in. So let's say he selected Portuguese. Your lips will start syncing with the Portuguese language of your own actual voice.
Wow.
Your own voice will be Portuguese. It's like you speaking Portuguese with your own natural voice. your lips will start moving with in Portuguese words, and the captions will be in Portuguese. It will completely
This
dub
is
it.
insane.
Yeah,
Completely dubbed.
completely, fully. It's completely natural.
Wow.
It doesn't even look like you're actually
And that
you
way,
know,
a creator can literally reach all
anywhere,
around the world
everywhere. Yeah,
because anyone will be able
yeah,
to watch his content.
yeah.
Man, this is interesting
So
news.
this is
Wallah.
So this is actually the biggest, deepest insight we got from the CEO.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so interesting.
I hope I don't get in trouble for this.
لا
you know?
لا لا. He shared it with you.
They didn't. They
You're all
didn't tell us.
TikTokers.
Yeah, they didn't tell us not to speak about it. So I think we're okay.
No. I think we're fine. And it's interesting. لأن I'm trying to see also, but there's always gonna be this cultural barrier,
Yeah.
right? And maybe some content that's in Arabic is made for Arab culture to understand rather than the West in some cases, but not in all. I would assume.
Yeah. Look. So what the AI translates is not literal words you say. It will
Because-
translate the context. So, for example, you tell a joke in Arabic.
Yeah.
It will not exactly dub it word by word. It will dub the whole context as well,
That's
and it will be
that's completely insane.
it will be funny to the Portuguese or Chinese or Spanish or French speaking viewer.
Wow.
It will completely
Man,
translate the context.
AI it's good and it's bad.
Yeah. And look, TikTok is owned by the Chinese. They're
Yeah.
headquartered in Singapore.
Damn.
The AI feature they're using is exclusive. Only TikTok has it. So
Do you think TikTok might get banned in the States? Now Trump is back.
Trump has a TikTok account.
Trump does have a
he
TikTok
has a
account.
TikTok account. Yeah.
He's back.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, about what? The elections?
The elections, him being back in office, the impact.
I mean, I saw a post today and I reshared it on my story. Whether you vote, the votes aren't for Kamala, they aren't for Trump. They're for Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
They're for Israel. They're not. I don't know. Are we allowed to speak politics?
Yeah, of
okay.
course.
So, yeah, look, they're both in favor. I looked at Kamala Harris, honestly. Kamala Harris is a hypocrite. She went to Michigan. In her Michigan rally, she was pro-Palestine. In her Pennsylvania rally, she was pro-Israel. Like, bro, pick a side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trump was always straight to the
Pro-Israel.
point. If Kamala was elected, Israel would not be a country anymore.
Mm.
So he was always pro-Israel. He always said that. At least he's honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least he's honest. When it comes to a financial point of view, bro, like I bought DJT stocks, which is Trump media.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to win. I'm like, screw it. Let me make money off of this guy.
It
So I just
boomed.
bought the stock and it boomed.
100%.
Yeah. But I kind of bought it at the wrong time because it was booming. As it was booming, I bought it
Halfway.
Yeah.
While it was booming.
Yeah.
But we still made the.
I didn't sell it yet because
It's still growing.
I'll-
It's still growing, right?
no, it's dropping.
It's dropping now. You gotta sell. You
Yeah.
gotta sell.
Yeah, no,
That's the problem with trade, right?
Yeah,
That sometimes you get
You
stuck greedy.
You agreed.
It goes up. You just don't know when to back out. But in terms of the elections, I mean, personally, like you said, the thing is about Trump. I believe he acts. He's very straightforward. He does what he wants to do, which are sometimes crazy stuff, but he's honest. He's like there. We know what he's gonna do. I feel Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party
Yeah.
is just a bunch of lies, games, and I personally think for the region, they brought lots of instability to the region. I mean that's a bit deeper politics, right? We don't need to get too much into it, but for me, what happened is that when Trump was there was kind of there was lots of restrictions put on the government of Iran, right?
Yeah.
When the Democratic Party came again, those restrictions got a bit loose. Everything got loose. The entire region blew
Wow.
up.
Well, Iran made a very, very big point this year, and the whole world was shocked. You know, Iran is an intimidating country.
Definitely.
Now people are sure they have missiles. It was always like a question mark. Oh, do they have weapons of mass destruction, etc., etc. Yes, they do, and they showed it. So yeah, I don't know what will happen next. I'm just worried because when Trump was elected in 2019, end of 2019, 2020 came. He had so much power. COVID came.
Yeah.
As like literally, as Trump was elected. So I don't know what would happen in January 2025. I feel like Trump would do something to make money out of.
Let's see. Time will tell. Time will
Yeah.
tell. We hope the best for the region.
Yeah.
Lebanon,
Because he sold
Gaza.
Pfizer. So
Oh, he did.
yeah, he is a shareholder.
He is a shareholder.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean,
Vanguard owns Pfizer, but
of course, BlackRock.
he owns shares in Vanguard and BlackRock, and State Street. So yeah, Trump is a major player with the elite. So him being in the Oval Room and being president, and
Conflict of interests, which
definitely
he will leverage.
Definitely. It's smart.
Let's see. I hope the situation will get better in all of the region. At the end of the day, we all want a better place, a peaceful place where we can
Hopefully,
all thrive, man. If we now go, if we go back to you, so content creation is not your source of income. It's something you're building on the side. So what do you do as like a full-time job or?
So I used to be a news presenter in NAS News Arabia.
Nice.
But they changed that. That company is no longer called NAS News Arabia. I don't want to get into it. It's a very complex story, and people wouldn't understand. One of your guests actually used to work in that company with me, Patrick.
Really?
Patrick.
Patrick?
Patrick, the
Patrick
Lebanese-
used to wear.
yeah.
Oh,
Me and
okay,
Patrick,
okay.
and Patrick's friend Rami.
Yeah.
So we were actually colleagues in that company. We all worked for that company.
Okay.
But I left because of some issues between me and the company. But the company's doing good. It's called Arab Nation now. It's no longer called NAS News Arabia. It's an office under Visioneers, and Visioneers is under the umbrella of the government media office. So that was my job for the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I don't work a full-time job anymore. I'm doing my own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. But that's why you're a very good storyteller. Maybe maybe from the you said. So were you like an anchor or just you?
No, I was a presenter.
Presenter.
Yeah, مقدم برامج.
مقدم برامج. هذا اللي بتقدم كمان الكونتنت تبعك
Yes.
بالتيك
It was in
توك. So
Arabic.
good.
It was in Arabic. I used to present in a show called خذها مني. It was an Emirati-based show. And we would talk about a lot Emirati culture, Emirati places, Emirati people, Emirati history, everything that has to do with the UAE, Dubai, and sometimes also like we also went to Jordan. What's it called? This tourism page of Jordan actually requested us to go there and shoot a خذها مني episode.
Okay.
Promoting Jordan.
Cool.
So yeah, it was a nice show. It was in Arabic. So I also see how there's a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
I also did content in Arabic.
Content, Arabic, English, different topics.
So many different things, yeah.
Now, like, what do you believe? So are you gonna focus on your content on TikTok, try to grow it further, or are you gonna be focusing on your like personal?
I'd say a little bit of both. Honestly, what I rely on is my TikTok page.
Okay.
Because it's the biggest one.
Yeah.
My YouTube page is okay. My Instagram page is slowly getting there, slowly coming up, but it's still not even close. The TikTok page is where I have the most assets. My asset is my TikTok page. So yeah, I would continue working on my TikTok page and also do the side hustle that I'm doing at the moment as well. That has nothing to do with content creation.
Okay, very cool. And in terms of content, like when you were a child, when you were younger, right? Did you also have this side of you where you used to like telling stories, or is it something that came by later on?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure 2 of my cousins are gonna see this and they're gonna cry from laughing. I used to when I was like 5. I say 5 to like 7, 4 to 7 or something like in between that age range. When my cousins would sleep over, I would always lie to them about what's in the house. I'd be like, by the way, you know, my room is haunted.
Oh, you
And,
had the haunted
I had a
attraction
Yeah,
since you were young.
yeah, exactly. I swear, I always loved horror movies, and you know, and like when I would go to my cousin's house, they would have the CDs. You know,
Mhm.
back then there was no Netflix. There was you would have a CD or a cassette, or you know, the one
Yeah.
you would push inside the TV.
the
Yeah, and
VHR,
then VHR, and then
Yeah.
Blu-ray came out, and it was something new.
Yeah, Blu-ray was so big. Like,
Yeah.
my DVD is Blu-ray. you
Yeah.
know?
So they used to buy from that Chinese woman with a big bag, right? So we would actually, because our parents wouldn't let us watch horror films, of course, no way.
Yeah.
So we would buy horror CDs, you know, like we would like, guess what I have? I got this. I got Scream. I got what were the old horror films? I forgot them.
There was, I think, Shark, something related to Shark.
Jaws.
Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws. The one with the plane.
Oh, yeah. I forgot with all the snakes on the plane.
Yeah, the snakes on the plane, right? Snakes on the plane.
That's what it's called?
Yeah. So we used to collect these movies and watch them when the parents would go asleep, and you know. So I always had that love for scary things.
For scary things.
Yeah.
Damn. But it's also scary to have this attraction towards scary things.
Yeah.
And do you feel sometimes, I think you mentioned it. Like sometimes you feel you're talking about things you shouldn't be talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And sometimes like I'm so stupid, bro. I would write the script during the day. And I have the script for a whole day. But Ebrahim decides to film it at 4 a.m. It's so stupid. Like, why do I do that? I don't know why I do that. And I put my phone, I get the background light ready, and my setup is very simple. I hold the mic in my hand, I have my phone, and then behind my phone is a screen light.
Yeah.
And I'm in my room, pitch
dark.
black.
And you're wearing glasses.
Yeah, with the doors closed, and everybody from my family is asleep. So
That's a recipe for disaster. And you're gonna start talking about jinns.
Exactly. And then I would start filming. I'd say the first part of the story, and then I would stop the video to continue the next part of the script. And I would hear like a knock or something. Like, it would freak me out. I would like, read Ayat al-Kursi, like pray a little bit. Like get up so slowly, open the light as if nothing happened. No, you're okay, bro. You're just tripping, Ibrahim. You're just tripping. Wake up. Like you're okay.
Man.
Like some things like that actually, like they freak me out when I film horror content. It actually freaks me out. It scares me.
You speak about the things that are very freaky. There are some people that don't believe in this. And all of the horror content, that you mentioned.
I say the word jinns while anytime I film a story. I say the word jinns, I swear to God, I get goosebumps.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like they just came. They're here now. They're like, okay, what does he have to say now? You know what I mean?
Shit.
And during my era of like when I was constantly posting horror content, I used to get a lot of nightmares. I feel like I was kind of paranormally harassed.
I mean, rightfully so. It's I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know your thoughts about it. There's two things. Of course, I feel the more I do or anyone does research more about it, looks more into it, right? And that's what they say. The more you mess with these stuff, the higher the likelihood of something happening, like in your case, where you started throwing up. On the other side, also what I really do believe in is that if you really have a pure heart and your faith in God is very strong, and you're really just doing it to get knowledge and just learn about it without practicing it, if your faith in God is really strong and your heart is pure, I also believe that all of these stuff will never get close to you, especially if you pray at home, right?
Yeah.
Because these are all religious stuff.
Yeah.
These are all tied back.
Are you
to,
Muslim?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
I am
okay.
Muslim Sunni. So,
Okay.
so yeah, I do. I do believe in all of this. I want to hear your second story.
Yeah.
If you want, I can tell you the story, what happened with my family. I don't know if I'm gonna release this, but I'm gonna say it right now, and
You
then
should release it. I'll use it on my page.
okay.
All right.
Let me. I don't know the details of it, right? Because each time I asked my aunt once. I asked my uncle. I asked my grandma. Unfortunately, my grandpa passed away.
Allah
And
yarhamah. Yeah.
خلي لك أهلك حبيبي. So I wasn't able to ask him, right? But basically, and my mom was young. So like my aunt and uncle are like 7 years older than my mother, or like 10 years. So she was too young. She doesn't remember all of this. They used to live in a house, and they were close to someone that used to practice this kind of stuff. When I say close, not like best friends, but one day they invited this person over to their house. And this person, from what my uncle told me, my grandma was facing a lot of pain in her back. That's why he visited the house. He said he can cure her. It's like he said.
Do they know that person or?
So I think from word of mouth,
Okay.
right? And before there wasn't any internet or phone or anything at all.
Right.
From what I understood, he said he just did healing. That's what he used to heal people, right? But she had strong pain. She saw a doctor. She couldn't.
He would like use some sort of energy, right?
Right, healing, right?
But
Like,
nothing oral. She would take
she didn't take anything oral.
no needles.
No needles,
Nothing.
exactly.
Nothing put inside the body.
Nothing put. So nothing medication
Okay.
related.
Okay.
It's all organic, right? He came to the house. He did some of that healing. A few days later, my uncle told me lots of paranormal stuff started to happen in that house. One of the first things is that man, I get goosebumps as soon as I talk about it. My grandma's ring, right? He told me it disappeared from the house. They searched everywhere for it. A week after it disappeared, a bird, a bird came flying into the house, and it crashed. And apparently, I don't know why they opened it. They opened the bird, and the ring was inside of that bird. That's one
Who
of
opened the
story.
bird? Your grandfather.
Yes, my grandfather, because he asked this guy. He told him open it. So maybe he was doing something. This is part of it.
Wait, who told you this story?
My uncle.
I think your uncle's lying to you.
But maybe,
You think?
maybe that's one part of it.
Okay.
The other part of it.
Did he tell you when you were young? Or he told you now while you're an adult?
He told last time. Listen, he doesn't like to talk about it too much. He does.
So it's real.
So to be very honest, I'm trying to.
okay.
It's bits and pieces, trying to convey to you. This is one of the stories. The other story was that my uncle had an exam the next day, right? And this is, I think, he had an exam. He didn't study for it, and he told me that there's like good jinns and bad jinns. One of the good jinns talked to him while he was young. He gave him all of the answers, and then he went to the exam and he aced it. That's another story. Let me continue with the stories.
Oh.
I know they sound crazy.
They don't.
Uh,
They sound like things that, could happen. Yeah.
But there's a third and a fourth. The third one was my grandma actually walked in to the room of my uncle, and he was actually like floating. He was actually floating. I really want to get you on a call with my uncle.
Was he
grandma.
conscious or unconscious?
He was sleeping.
Ah.
Yeah. She just heard a scream and went to his room, and she saw him floating. The fourth story, and then I'll tell you how it all ended. The fourth story was my grandma. I think she was walking in her kitchen, and then on the balcony, she saw like 3-4 people wearing all dark from top to bottom, and she had no idea what they were doing on that balcony. But all of these stories, that it terrified them a lot during that time. They got someone else that apparently kicked out all of the evil spirits from that house, and then it ended. back then also my grandpa used to drink, so he threw everything from that house, everything that was haram. He went, and after it he also went to Hajj. And these are bits and pieces. I would
Yeah.
love maybe one day to set up a call between you and him, and maybe put on my grandma. They could tell you the story a lot better.
I've heard a similar story
Yeah,
of the healer.
yeah.
I've heard a similar story. It happened in my second cousin's house. His name is Abdullah. I don't want to mention the rest of the names of the family members.
Don't mention no names.
So that
no
we,
names.
the other the whole family doesn't know which household I'm talking about,
Yeah,
because not the whole family knows about it.
yeah.
They used to bring a healer, a Chinese. It was a Chinese guy
Yeah.
that his father knew,
Mm.
and he had a crazy amount of body power, but it was nothing that was paranormal. It was actually crazy. It's like the guy had powers, because he would like heal migraines. He would heal very, very sharp pain, and without any medication, using energy from his own body.
Mm.
And it seems strange, it seems strange.
But did it impact
Is it real?
them
Is it
in
not
any-
real? Yeah.
Did it impact them in a negative way, or?
Well, kind of, because in that same household, I actually talked about Abdullah, but I changed his name in a horror story,
Mm.
a true horror story that happened to him. And I don't know if it's from that Chinese guy, but that Chinese guy is so powerful. He told me a story when they brought this healer to the house, and as they were chatting after like the healing session, his father asked his sons, it's like, you want to see something crazy? You can break the wall. And he's like, break it. He's like, no, I don't want to break your wall. He tells the healer, go break it. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. Break it. The guy punches the wall and actually goes through concrete. I swear to God.
No way.
Yeah. I don't know how deep. They didn't take a picture of it, but he went through concrete.
Damn.
About this much from his hand was inside the wall. It was concrete. We don't, like in Dubai, we don't build using wood. And
Yeah, it's all
it
concrete.
was
yeah.
full solid concrete wall with metal bars, inside, in between the concrete and in between the cylinder blocks or whatever they're called. And yeah,
Man, but it's crazy. Like people actually, I think if they listen to all of these stories, they say these are crazy stories, all made up stories, and they don't believe in
they're
them.
not made up. The world is so big and vast.
That's the thing. People
know?
like really don't know sometimes how tiny, personally, every single one of us is in this world,
Yeah,
right? Like the world is huge.
yeah.
And I mean, I know like some of my friends, they don't even believe in God, right? And نحن, because also we're Muslims, it's part of our religion. So you believe in it as well. But I also think even if you don't believe in God, there are some stuff you really can't explain. Like I've read so many times about people being arrested because they're trying to practice dark magic. Yeah. I think I read sometime.
It's
once-
illegal. Yeah, it's illegal. It's illegal in
Definitely.
Islamic countries
For sure.
because Islam believes in sihr.
Yeah. for sure.
So in Muslim countries, yeah, if you participate in sihr, they will arrest you. But if you're in a non-Muslim country, they don't know what sihr is, so technically it's not illegal. Like in the States, if you do black magic, would you get arrested for it? They think you're crazy.
Mm.
But what you're doing is actually dangerous. But they don't know. Americans don't know,
Yeah.
or not all of them do.
Yeah.
Most of them don't believe in it. So
What do you think about when they say the Moroccan women, they هيك بيسحروا the men, is there any truth behind it? Why is there the stigma? I don't know, from all of your background.
look, if I said something, I'd be called racist.
No, I mean
There's some truth behind it.
it's a stigma.
But it's I don't like look, they actually face this type of stereotype. People stereotype Moroccan women for doing witchcraft.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, yes, there are true cases. Maybe a lot of true cases, but not all of them like that.
For sure.
There are Indonesian women that do black magic. There are Thai women that do black magic. There are Saudi women that do black magic. There's Lebanese women that do black magic.
For sure.
They come from everywhere, you know. But I feel like they were stereotyped because they kind of publicly do it, you know. They talk about it. They do it publicly, and that's what unfortunately got the stereotype.
Got you. You said you had another story, right?
Yeah. I also said this in the same podcast that day.
Okay.
That this story was about some guy I met in the mall when I did the iPhone giveaway. So a lot of fans came to Mall of the Emirates, you know, and then there was this one creepy guy. He was from Pakistan, and I forgot what his name was, but he told me like I talk to jinns. I you know, like they're right here around us.
I really get goosebumps directly.
Yeah, so that was something that freaked me out, you know, and this was a second, you know, and there was another story that happened to me myself at home. I was watching a scary video about jinns, about a jinn story on YouTube. I was literally on the couch with my feet up on the table. I was alone. And it was a long YouTube video of a Saudi guy in Arabic. He was saying a jinn story that happened in Sudan. It was about, he reached a point in the story where the guy, the victim of the jinns, was inside the car. And then he said, then he heard 3 knocks on top of his car. As he said that, I heard, I'm like, fuck, ain't no fucking way, bro.
No way.
Yeah. Done. I immediately, like, I changed, I put cartoons or something to like forget about what just happened.
Is because of these experiences you went through, is it why you reduced the amount of TikToks you put about horror?
No. So it's true. I did start reducing my horror content. I didn't stop it. A lot of people think I stopped it. I didn't stop it. I lost a lot of followers, man. Just the past week, 5,000 people unfollowed me from TikTok because they assumed that my horror series stopped, but it didn't stop. There are going to be more. My goal is to reach 100 stories, you know? I'm still at 87, so there's at least 13 more. My mom came to me recently, a couple of months ago, and I spoke about this as well. I don't remember where I spoke about it, but I remember I mentioned it. She came to me and she said, by the way, my father passed away, Allah yarhamah.
Allah yarhamu.
Ameen. Baqa wa dawam
Recently?
lillah. No, in 2013.
Allah yarhamu.
So sometimes we see him in our dreams, you know?
For
Sometimes
sure.
we see him in our dreams. And sometimes there are these subliminal messages, if that's what they're called. Sometimes there are these messages you get. She dreamt of him, and he said he was asking about everybody in her dream. My father was asking about everybody in the family. And then he said, what about Ibrahim? How's Ibrahim doing? And she said, he's doing good. He's doing these videos, yeah? She said, yeah, he does videos. He said, tell him to stop talking about jinns.
Man, look, wallahi, goosebumps. The thing is,
swear
I
to God.
believe in this shit.
I swear to God. This is a dream that my mom had, and she came and told me. Immediately, she didn't wait. As we were having lunch, like that day, she woke up, she told me. And I was like, damn, what could it be?
The thing is,
What could it be? I got so many warnings, that's the thing.
do you think she made it up? Or she's not, like, you know your mother?
This wasn't a couple of months ago. This was, I don't know how long this was, but it was recent. It was recent. Yeah.
But she wouldn't have created this story.
What was the question you asked me? Sorry.
Did she make it up? Did she make up the story?
No.
Yeah.
The dream, you mean?
The dream, yeah.
No. It's legit. It's a legit dream. She had. It freaked her out. She wasn't okay the whole day.
Yeah.
She wasn't herself the whole day. The next day, she kind of recovered from that dream. But
The thing is, it's a very risky area. Although I am also really interested and fascinated by it. And every time I ask, these questions to my family, that's why the way I told the story, maybe it's it's not told well because they always give me just puzzles, like bits and pieces, because they're scared to talk more about it. Is it gonna stop you to completely stop, the horror
No,
TikToks?
no,
No.
nothing's gonna stop me from creating what I'm known for.
Yeah.
You know,
But maybe you reduce the intensity. Like some of them, like
I will reduce. I did. I
you
already
did reduce
reduced.
the intensity.
I already did reduce the intensity because people don't know what I have under my sleeves. Like I have really
You
scary
have
stuff.
really scary.
Yeah.
Like that's a question that I used.
But I don't tell them.
That's a question I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you. Like, have you?
I have
ever,
secrets to reveal about. Like Shams al-Ma'arif was only the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
There's so many deeper things I can talk about.
Have you read anything?
I can't talk about them because I know I will get hurt. Shit will happen to me.
Yeah.
Like people part of that world told me these things. I didn't even need to like. No,
How
not
did they tell
not
you
like
this?
jinns. No, not jinns. No. Like raqis, people that do exorcism.
Ah, shit.
These people know a lot. They don't talk. They keep that knowledge to themselves. You know, I have knowledge about these things.
Have
but I
you
just-
spoken with these type of people? These.
Yes, of course, of
Okay.
course.
And they tell you like.
I have a cousin that's Iraqi. One of my cousins, one of my first cousins. Actually, yeah, he participated in multiple exorcism sessions.
What?
He's seen shit that is, you cannot like. Sorry for saying that word, yani.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's seen things that, yani, bro, like he was in an exorcism session, and it was an Emirati woman. Look, this center is a very old center. In the early 2000s, they shut it down. Early 2000s. There was an exorcism center in Rashdiya, Dubai. Okay? I don't know, it doesn't exist anymore, but that organization still exists. These people still exist, but they don't have their own center anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they do it kind of more discreetly
In
and
a
privately
discreet
because
way.
that center was kind of public.
Yeah.
So he used to go there to train as well. He said one of the first sessions I've been to, one of the first 5, there was an Emirati woman that was possessed by like 2-3 demons inside of her.
Oh.
The moment the Raqi started reading, or after preparation, he said, I saw her fingers go back abnormal. Like imagine sitting like this, and then like imagine like
yeah.
like goes all the way back. And he said not a single bone broke. Not a single bone broke. Everything went, every bone in her body just like
Yeah.
bended. It was so strange, he said. He said, I've never seen anything like this.
That's crazy. Man, I mean, I'm sure, like, at the end of the day, all of the horror movies, right, that
Yeah.
we watch, The Conjuring,
Yeah.
all of this.
There's some
There
truth
is-
to it.
like-
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm sure everyone's creative, but like there is like they do research, right?
Yeah.
There's a movie that I watched, a horror movie that's based on a true story.
Mm.
It's called Veronica.
Veronica, yeah,
I
the
don't know.
Spanish movie. Yeah.
Exactly. You watched
I
it?
never watched it.
Man, this is one of the scariest movies that I've ever watched,
Yeah.
Veronica, because it is based on a true story.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny about the movie industry and the horror movie industry? They're all, and especially when there's someone that's getting possessed and there's demons involved, at least the ones I saw, they're all like Christian oriented.
Mm.
I've never seen horror movies that
Whack.
are Muslim
Yeah.
oriented. I think
No, there is.
There is?
There is, but they're too intense. Like what's it called Cecil?
Is it Egyptian?
It's the Turkish horror movie.
I have not watched it.
And then there's one, that Indonesian horror movie that they did, that everybody said don't watch it because it was so intense. They show you realistic possessions, realistic exorcisms. And in the movie, they recite the Quran backwards. This is a type of sihr. This is a type of deed that you do for a jinn, for the devil. So they do the actual sihr ritual in the movie. The actors do it.
What? Oh,
So
and you don't
you
wanna
can
spread
get
that.
affected
Yeah,
by
yeah, yeah,
watching
yeah.
it. That's how intense that movie was. Bro, all the religious TikTokers, everybody on TikTok was saying, do not watch this movie, do not watch this movie. It was all over TikTok.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna. Why would
Of
I?
course not.
I'm not gonna put myself near the slightest risk. I'm already in danger. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want no portal. I don't want to hear the wrong thing. You know,
No.
Shuf, when somebody does these are like some minor tips about sihr. If somebody wrote sihr, there's so many types of sihr. If somebody wrote sihr for you to read, there's a type of sihr that you cannot get affected unless you read it. If it's about yourself or if it's intended for you.
Mm.
You will not get affected at all until you read it. So you shouldn't read it. If it's something that you have to, like, if it's something meant for you to hear, you shouldn't hear it. If it's something for you meant for you to see, you shouldn't see it. Until you do, you will be affected. You know?
Mm.
So, yeah.
So it's like Shams al-Ma'arif.
Shams al-Ma'arif is just a book that explains rituals.
But you, so like,
and it
have you
has
read
spells in it and it has jinns' names. And no,
Have-
I didn't read it. I don't have a copy. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
I'll never read it.
Never.
Never, ever. So there's Shams al-Ma'arif, there's Al-Ghazali, there is Kitab al-Azif. There's 3 books that are very known. And Kitab al-Azif ma'ruf in the Western world.
Yeah.
The witchcraft people use it. It's also, you know, these 3 books. There's also more books. There's way more. You know? Yeah.
It's a really like when you hear about these stories, at least. But I'm wondering if someone comes and tells you like this is all bullshit.
Fine, fair.
Fine.
Fine.
It's their beliefs.
He didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I sometimes doubt it too, a little bit. I doubt the power of sihr.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I think مثل ما قلت
It wouldn't affect you if you're not scared, you know what I mean?
Yeah. أنا for me it's all tied back to religion. Because if my faith is strong, right, وأنه بآمن وما عم قرب على هالقصص أنه خلص man بكفين like it's enough all of the problems we have in this life. I try to steer away from this one. But I think lots of your audience, and as you said, 5,000 unfollowed, lots of your audience love this content.
Yeah.
But what do you plan to do if you're not going to go more in depth into it, right? Like you said, you're going to make them less intense.
I have a plan for reacting to real videos.
Okay.
So one of the last ones,
I think one of the TikToks you did was reacting to like a video where people go to abandoned houses.
Yeah. No, I think the last horror story or the one before it was not. It's not a reaction. It's more of I talk less, I show more. You know.
Yeah.
So the last horror story, I explained what is happening in the video, and then I show you clips of the video, and that's part of the horror story. So there's less
talking your side.
And more showing. So the next horror stories are going to be like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it adds more
it's gonna add more
it makes it feel more organic. You kind of live the story because you're seeing what happens.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, or I've run into some TikToks. I think there are people in Jordan, they go to like abandoned hometowns.
Yeah.
And they start messing around there. Man, and then they see like this person running towards them. I don't know if you've seen any of these clips.
The Arabic ones?
Yeah, the Arabic ones.
They're all fake.
They're all fake.
I can guarantee and verify they're all fake. Especially the guys in the caves. واحد يطلع لي, some guy comes out of a hole in the ground. Like, come on. They're all BS. None of them are real. But I do have an insight for my next horror story. I already know what I'm going to do. So I found a page that talks about, their whole content is about spirit boxes. You know what a spirit box is?
No.
So it's a type of digital device. It's a piece of equipment that has frequencies. It's connected to radio frequencies. And it skips frequencies on a very fast pace, you know, using white noise.
Okay.
So that fast pace of constant travel through frequencies kind of mutes it down and allows an outside source of energy to use it to make a voice.
Oof.
Yeah? Jinns can talk to you through spirit boxes. It's very easy to build one, by the way. They sell them on Amazon. You can buy them anywhere. They sell them on Noon, I believe. I'm not sure, but you can find them so
I mean,
easily.
yeah, I'm sure you can buy
Yeah.
also a Ouija board from
Yeah,
anywhere.
and they're cheap, bro. They're cheap.
Yeah.
They're really cheap. And you just set it and you turn it on. And then you start off by saying, "Are there spirits with us right now?" And then, yes, like a word
Yeah.
would pop, you know? That's the spirit box.
So you're
No.
gonna be reading about them, not doing it yourself.
No, I'm going to tell a story of an American who is not aware of sihr and jinns and what Islam and the Arabic Christians, what they know about and what we know about as Muslims. He messed up because his whole content is about communicating with the dead people.
Mm.
But we don't believe that the dead is around us anymore.
Yes,
what
true.
talk from the things that talk from the unseen world are jinns
Are
and
jinns.
demons and devils.
Yeah.
So he was talking to them the whole time and he doesn't know. One time, he got threatened. This thing came on and said, "I want to come inside you." That sounds so wrong.
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
that sounded. I heard it. So, honestly, I heard it, but I understood what you meant. I was like, I wanna because the story.
Yeah, like he's literally
Yeah, I wanna
saying, "I want to
possess
come.
you."
I want to come inside of you."
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I want to possess you. And then another jinn comes in because multiple jinns can talk at the same time using these frequencies. Says,
which
"I told you
language
not
they
to."
talk in it, like in English?
Yeah, English. Because jinns can speak multiple languages. There are jinns that live in different regions in this world. There are jinns can speak Spanish, jinns can speak English, jinns can speak Arabic.
From what I understood from jinns, maybe you can explain it better based on your knowledge. From what I understand, they always live around us.
They
They're
live
just
around
in
us.
an unseen world.
It's in an unseen world.
But they
And
have
their
their
world
own
has their own
societies,
world. Yeah.
families.
Yes.
Is-
They
is-
breed. They
they-
breed.
Yeah,
They make children.
that's
They live
crazy.
longer than us.
That's crazy.
There's rich, there's poor, there's old, there's strong, there's weak. There's Muslim, there's Jewish, there's Christian, there's those who follow the Father. The Father is Iblis.
their fathers, please. So
Yeah.
in our religion, they say the jinn is made out of fire.
Fire.
نحن معمولين من طين, right?
Yes, we were made from soil or dirt or clay
Yeah.
and whatever word you want to use. And jinns are made from fire, and angels are made from light.
Very interesting, man.
Yeah.
But so these stories you're getting them from a source, and then that's how you're gonna
Yes.
convey them on TikTok.
So I'm gonna talk about that story specifically,
Looking forward to
and
that. One.
it's pretty scary. The video actually affected me. Yani I got scared from it.
Also, there's a video that you watch. Are you gonna put it?
I'm
as
gonna
well?
put that video. Yeah.
Can't
Like
wait for
it
that
made
one.
me. I wasn't able to sleep. I was actually scared because I would remember the voice.
Ugh, yeah.
I would remember the voice that was used. And you know what freaks me out, bro? He tried to talk to in one of the episodes. He tried to talk to Tupac, and whatever the thing that came on sounded exactly like Tupac, and spoke exactly how Tupac would speak. I swear to God, I will show you. As soon as it's done, I will show you the clip. He speaks to all these celebrities. He spoke to Liam Payne. He just died, right?
Yeah.
He apparently he made a session with him too. He's popular, this guy. I don't want to say his name because if I say his name, the viewers are gonna go watch the video. I want to make a horror story about.
Keep it for yourself.
But yeah,
Damn.
Crazy.
And by the way, this content you only put it on TikTok, right? You don't share it on Instagram.
yeah, the horror story is only on TikTok.
Okay.
I want to make it exclusive.
Okay,
And
only on
it
TikTok.
keeps TikTok happy
Yeah.
because I'm sharing something on their platform that is not available anywhere else.
Yeah.
So exclusivity in a way.
Man, crazy stories.
Yeah.
Really, it's an insane world.
I should take subscriptions for horror story series.
Man, you should. You should definitely. Listen, because I don't know. At least personally, I didn't run into different like content creators that
Yeah.
talk about this subject, right? You're selling you have a very unique value proposition.
Oh man, I should. No, haram, wallah, haram. The viewers are gonna get upset.
لا لا لا
Yeah.
لا لا keep it public I think.
Keep public.
بس يعني do you see yourself continuing to talk about this for long term or later on خلاص I know you want to stop it and try to shift towards something else like from your other content maybe?
Of course, I can't keep saying stories for the rest of my life, you know? I can't just keep talking about scary stories for the rest of my life. Eventually, I need to get better in content creation.
Yeah.
You know, and grow, enhance my
Right.
storytelling. Maybe start a show,
Yeah.
full-on show just for storytelling, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe write a book, a horror story that's not real, مثلا, you know?
A book
A proper horror book.
is a good idea.
Yeah, so just like enhance.
But I think I think you should write a book man, and literally sell it to the people that
Yeah?
watch your content.
I don't know how to make up a story though, I swear.
No, don't make up stories. Use the stories that you have. Don't make up a story. Use the knowledge that you have. Like all of these, you use 80 TikToks, but put them in a way where they're in a book. I don't think there's any.
No, they're
illegal-
already public. They shouldn't be. The book should be something not seen, not heard, not known. So I could come up with a fake story, write a fictional horror book, but a scary one. You know?
People like the real ones.
Yeah. Well, we
People
don't-
like the real ones.
Yeah, true. That's true. People do like real
That,
ones.
that's the thing, and that's why when I told you the scary movie, because it was based on a true story, you know, Veronica.
Yeah.
That's why it was for me one of the scariest movies I've watched.
Yeah.
Really.
You made me interested. It's on Netflix. I'll watch it.
Yeah, you should.
I'll watch it.
But then there was a prequel that wasn't so good.
Okay.
I forgot what it's called, but it's the prequel to Veronica.
Okay.
Just don't watch that. I have a question for you also. How can someone get like possessed?
It's such a broad question
Broad question, yeah.
because it's like the question is, how can someone not get possessed? Because you can get possessed so easily.
Mm.
The question is, how do you not get possessed? Because you will get possessed in any way. You can get possessed because you were showering. You can get possessed because you pissed your mom off. You can get
Really?
possessed. Yeah, you can get possessed because somebody, wanted to take revenge on you. You can get possessed because you were just okay. You need to be in 3 states to get possessed. This is like a policy. A jinn cannot possess you unless you were in these 3 states.
What are they?
Extreme fear. You need to be extremely fearful, scared for no reason. Or they can do something to scare you, and then you'd be like, oh shit. And then that fear would grow and grow and grow and grow, and it creates a portal for them, and they possess you. Extreme fear.
Oh.
Number 2, extreme state of hysterical laughing. When you fall down and you laugh and you know?
That's another one.
That's another one. And the third one is extreme state of sexual desire with your own self.
What do you mean? Like what?
When somebody pleases himself or herself alone and is very deep into it and he's like very aroused, that is also a portal.
Really?
Yes. So all these 3 states are portals. It doesn't mean they will possess you. There needs to be a reason for a jinn to possess you. You know?
Right.
That's why people say, don't look at yourself in the mirror without
Yeah.
wearing clothes. Don't look at yourself in the mirror for too long.
Yeah, they
You
say
know?
a lot of things like that.
Because they are in that mirrored world. Their world is mirrored. They look at you from, metaphorically, a reflection.
Yeah.
You're not looking at yourself. You're looking at yourself from the world of the unseen. It's a weird way to explain it. But mirrors are negative.
Yeah.
When you go inside a house full of mirrors, it has negative energy.
Leave the house.
You know?
If I go to house, mirrors all
Yeah.
around me. Just
And don't look at yourself without having clothes on in front of a mirror for too long. Yeah, mirrors. I don't like mirrors really.
Yeah.
I just use a mirror to fix myself.
Maybe
When it's done,
خلاص.
خلاص.
بزيادة.
Yeah,
بزيادة.
exactly.
Man, wallah, great stuff. Allah يحمي الكل. I
Ameen,
hope no one ever
ameen,
gets
man.
possessed or near these stuff.
Yeah.
But it is a super, very interesting conversation, man. And well, I would like to thank you for all of the insights. Have you ever received any criticism, maybe, for talking about this stuff?
Yeah, of course.
You've received
Of course,
lots,
yeah. Of course.
You ignore them? Or
no,
do you face them?
No, I consider them. I consider any criticism.
Okay, so not like where, for example, people tell you to be careful, right? This is one thing.
Of course. This I
yeah.
have to consider. Yeah.
This you consider it. But I mean,
Yeah.
criticism, we're like, why the fuck are you talking about this? Are you fucking insane? Like, you know, like negative comments that tell you, you know what I mean?
If they're very negative, then
you get
yeah,
like vulgar criticism.
I do, yeah, of course, all the time.
Wow.
I get people sending me death threats because of videos that piss them off. You know,
Man,
but I just yeah, you know, there's keyboard warriors.
yeah.
I just
keyboard
ignore them.
warriors.
Yeah, I just ignore them really.
I love that saying, keyboard warriors. And do you believe like aliens and jinns are the same shit?
No, I don't believe they're the same. If aliens do exist, I believe that jinns and aliens are two different things. Or they could be the same thing. They could be.
They
Question
could be.
mark. Yeah. Because jinns are interdimensional beings, meaning they are in the fourth dimensional world. They're not in the third.
Mm.
You know 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. for
And
sure.
dimensions are infinite.
We've all watched Interstellar.
Right. Dimensions are infinite. And we can't even comprehend dimension number 4.
Yeah.
So what does 5, 6, 7, 20, 30, 50, 1,800 look like?
Yeah.
What does the 2,000 dimension world look like? What does it look like? And it goes all the way up to millions, billions, trillions, gazillions.
And it's you know what's fascinating is that we are really not even a salt of grain
We're
in this
nothing.
universe.
Yeah, we're nothing.
We're not even
In the
a
Milky
salt of
Way,
grain.
in the Milky Way, we are one piece of sand on Earth.
Yes, and the Milky Way is just one out of how many millions of universes?
Galaxies.
Galaxies, millions of galaxies
In the universe, in our universe.
in our universe.
And outside our universe, there are other more universes.
It's fucking insane.
It's
when,
insane.
when you think
Yeah.
about it. When you think about it.
Bro, I'll put my hand on the Quran
Yeah.
and swear to you that we are not the only beings here.
No way.
Of course. We are
There's-
not the only beings here.
And all of these
In
galaxies.
all of these galaxies, yeah.
No fucking way.
Of course. يقول لك ربك خلاق. Your God is a creator.
Yeah.
And is constantly creating. You know what I mean? There's a theory, a lot of Muslims go into depth about it, and a lot of religious Muslims don't advise talking about this because it can lead you towards
Denying.
انحراف or
انحراف, يعني denying
yeah,
that there's-
denying religion, and you think about it in a more scientific way. But no, it's not. It's just a theory. It's just a theory. It's just a question.
For sure.
Because our universe is expanding, right?
Right.
So we can see things that are light years away. Let's
Yeah.
say light year, 1 light year away. We can see something that is a light year away. But we will never reach it, even if we were traveling the speed of light. Because the universe is expanding, so it's pulling it away from us as we travel
So
through.
as you travel, yeah.
As we travel closer to it, it's still flying away from us in the speed of light. So the universe is expanding. God is creating more. We know this. ربك خلاق.
Mm.
Constantly creating. He's creating. The universe is expanding. It's obvious. Is our judgment day the same judgment day as if there are other creatures? Is them with them? Or is our judgment day just for us, humans on earth?
Mm.
With the jinns, because the jinns are on earth.
Yeah.
Because it's not it's not only us that will be judged. The jinns will be judged too,
For sure.
with us. So if there are other beings in other universes, would we have the same
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day? And
Would we have the same religion as well?
yeah,
Right? It's great. It's
I believe
insane.
so. Yeah.
Like
Not the same religion, but they will worship the same God.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
And by the way, do you believe in like how should I say it? You know, back then when at the age of pyramids and
Yes.
pharaohs, um,
So many unexplainable
so many
things.
unexplained things, right? Like how the
Yeah.
pyramids were built.
They found batteries. They had batteries.
They had batteries.
They had batteries.
Do you think like there was this apocalyptical event that happened that put back?
There was electricity. Yeah, of course, bro. Let me ask you a question. What do you think is the worst event in human history? The event that is the worst for us for generations to come. أثر فينا خلاص from back to front.
بالhuman history تبعنا
Yeah. من آدم لليوم.
من آدم.
What is the worst event that happened وأثر فينا so much? What is the worst
هلا وقت
event that affected us humans from history?
هلا أنا the event that I know is I don't know if it's the event of Nabi Ebrahim where they built a boat and everyone got on it وكل الأرض got
You mean Nuh?
Nuh, sorry.
Yeah, the ark.
The ark, right.
سفينة Nuh. No, that's not the worst event. Could be. Could be.
That's one of the events that came
That's
into
one
mind.
of the events because a lot of things that existed died.
And there is
Whatever was on the ark is the only thing that
Yeah.
survived.
and the apocalyptic event of where
Yeah, there
they
could have been
say
animals that we never knew about because,
where the dinosaurs went extinct, but that didn't
some
impact
people say.
us.
Could be. But was Nuh 4 million years ago? No.
Mm.
I don't think so.
Wallah, not sure of the numbers,
Yeah.
honestly. But yeah, what's the worst? I mean,
The worst event, in my opinion, one of the worst, I'd say, because a lot of people, millions of people around the world believe that this is the worst event ever. The burning of the Alexandria Museum, library. The burning of the Alexandria Library. Maktab Iskandariya. The Romans,
when the Romans came
the
in.
Romans burnt it down. It had information that would maybe have us living in Saturn, sipping on cocktails right now.
Wow.
Because the information of how the pyramids were built was inside the library.
Wow.
The information about how the pharaohs looked like was inside the library. The information of what the pyramids were, because they weren't tombs. They weren't tombs.
They were definitely not
They're not
tombs.
tombs. They were generators. The information of what the pyramids were was inside that library. And not only about Egypt. Everything we needed to know in terms of science was inside that library. I'm talking evolution. I'm talking intergalactic traveling. I'm talking so many things. If you look at Pakal, a carving on the wall that's 6,000 years old, they carved a human inside a spaceship 6,000 years ago. What? So things like this existed.
Yeah.
They had vehicles.
Yeah.
Languages were different. There was no Arabic. There was no English back then, They looked different. They acted different. They had different technology.
Yeah.
We just lost it.
Yeah. We lost it.
We lost it.
And you can see pyramids all over the world in different shapes,
Yeah.
right? Like there are different ones in Mexico, East Asia. There are different types.
I feel like evolution, I feel like technology reaches a point, خلاص, it's evolutionary, and then energy is just lost, and then the whole world restarts.
Yeah.
Then you reach a point where خلاص, it's done. That's the maximum type of technology, and then energy is lost, and then the world restarts. Because 1,000 years ago, people were on horses. 2,000 years ago, people were on horses, riding horses, right?
Yeah.
3,000, same. 4,000, same. 5,000, I don't know. There wasn't proof that they were on horses.
Yeah.
We don't know. How did they build the pyramids? How the heck was that built?
Man, the pyramids is a mystery.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest mysteries I always think
And
about.
not only the Egyptian pyramids, so many different monuments around the world. So many.
You
We
know,
can't even explain Stonehenge. The
Yeah.
one in UK.
And
We
then
can't even explain what that is.
the Ice Age also. They talk a lot about the Ice Age.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, there are huge events. But, you know, one funny theory, that people talk about is having a flat Earth. Like the Earth is flat.
Yeah. No, I don't believe it.
That one I don't believe it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can be.
But the world, there is a lot of mystery, and I think I read somewhere that 70% maybe of the ocean and the water on this earth have not been explored. 70, if not more,
More.
if not 80 or 90 also.
Only about, they say, between 9 to 11% was only explored.
So imagine there's 90% of this earth that is not explored.
Not explored, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then there's all of these stories about like Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis also.
I mean, they tried to explore it, people. Look at what happened to their submarine, you know? You can't really go that deep.
Titanic. Sorry, yeah, when they were searching for the Titanic.
The one that imploded.
Imploded.
Yeah.
For sure, man. And Ebrahim, you're just have amazing stories. I could keep on talking to you till tomorrow, man.
When does this cut off?
We can go as much as we want, but I think all of the stories that you already mentioned from horror and the mystery, I think that the audience is gonna love it a lot.
I hope so.
I personally loved it. I want to thank you for your time, man.
Of course.
One last thing I want to ask you: if you could go back in time and maybe give yourself advice on something, right? What would have it been?
Ooh, that's a deep question. If I can go back in time and give myself advice, like what year?
When you were 18.
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Like buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin.
Oh, for real? Yeah. I was gonna be living in Cuba with a cigar in my mouth right now, with like 4 wives and like, with like
with a view better than this. Also.
Yeah. No, we have this view in Dubai. It's fine. No, it's not about the views. Like yeah, I would have
living relaxed.
Living relaxed. Yeah.
Habib Ibrahim, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you for
here,
having
man.
me, Wallah.
Wallah, had amazing time, Habibi.
حبيبي Allah يعافيك. شكرا.